Chair will call to order the meeting of the Tennessee Local Development Authority. Today is August 19, 2024. We are noticed immediately following the TSSBA meeting. Chair does detect a physical quorum. We do have telephonic participation, however, so if we can, let's call the roll. Ms. Thompson.
Comptroller Mumpower.
Mr. Chair,
Yeah,
Due to the-
I believe
due to
we've
the-
got a quorum without you, if you
due
need
to
to
the
go.
fact that you have a physical quorum, I'm at an audit conference in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm going to drop off the line. Thank you.
Thank you for trusting us. All right, please continue, Ms. Thompson.
Mayor Bradshaw.
Yes.
Jamie Wayman. Secretary Hargett.
Here.
Commissioner Bryson.
Present.
Right, we do have a quorum present, but we do have virtual participation, so we will have roll call votes. Any public comment? Right, seeing none, our first item of business, approval of minutes from the July 22nd, 2024 meeting. The minutes are in your packet. Chair would entertain a motion for approval. Properly approved, properly moved, properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's take a vote. Ms. Thompson, call roll, please.
Mayor Bradshaw.
Aye.
Jamie Wayman. Secretary Hargett.
Aye.
Commissioner Bryson. Mayor Brown.
Right, minutes are approved. Now we have, Ms. Jones, you want to come on forward? We have a couple of SRA clean water loans up. I assume you're going to go through our balances.
Yes, sir.
First, Ms. Jones, welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I come before you today to present Clean Water State Revolving Fund Loan Program, unobligated balances, and to propose a few loans for approval. As of last time we met, our unobligated balance for the Clean Water Program was $128,578,037. Since then, we've had some significant increases, including addition of interest repayments, principal repayments, treasury interest on our revolving fund, addition of our federal fiscal year 23 capitalization grant, our federal fiscal year 23 state match, our federal fiscal year 23 IIJA or BIL general supplemental and state match. All of that together is $113,515,236,000, giving us a total unobligated balance of $242,093,273,000. We have two proposed decreases, both for the city of Springfield, totaling $47 million. If approved today, our remaining funds available for loan obligations will be $195,093,273.
All right, does anybody have any questions about the report? Hearing none, we'll jump right in. We have two items, but they are both for Springfield. If it's okay, I'm going to ask that Ms. Jones discuss both of them. We'll take them up in one motion without objection. Please proceed.
So the city of Springfield has requested SRF funding. We have broken this into two individual requests, one for $10 million. It's a 20-year term. They have an ATPI, or an ability to pay. Their financial score is 50. This, with our interest rate tiered structure, gives them a 2.49% interest rate. It is a companion loan to the next loan that we will be discussing. This project is a new wastewater treatment plant, and it will create a plant with the ability to process 7 million gallons per day. So we are very excited for the city of Springfield for that. The total project cost is $52 million. It's broken into a $10 million request that will have $5 million principal forgiveness, local funds, the additional SRF request of $37 million, and the American Rescue Plan non-competitive grant for $2.4 million. Springfield is in Robertson County, and it was number 5 on the 2022 priority ranking list. They held their public meeting for this project on June 20th of 2024. The city of Springfield has healthy revenues of $9,394,000, which They earn based on their current rates of $92.71 per 5,000 gallons. They charge their 7,412 customers. Their audit report was filed timely. They had an initial financial sufficiency review in May of 2021, and they were sufficient. They have also pledged their state share of taxes. They have equal to the annual debt service. The state share of taxes received from the borrower from the state in the prior fiscal year was $3,051,251. Their prior obligations, their prior debt is $2,050,368. The $10 million loan with 50% principal forgiveness and the $37 million loan together would bring their prior debt annual service to $4,718,624. This exceeds their state share taxes and represents a total of 154.65%. But of course, their rates that they charge their customers is how we anticipate that they repay this debt, not with their state share taxes. They have provided the documentation and declared that they will report on this debt. The second part, or the companion loan for the city of Springfield, is for $37 million. It is also a 20-year with 2.49%. And I won't go through the fact sheet, but again, they have pledged their state share taxes and provided all the appropriate documentation for a loan for their new wastewater treatment plant.
All right, and just to make sure I heard this correctly, for forgiveness is $5 million.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Any discussion? Well, I'll move approval. Property moved, property second. Now, any discussion? Commissioner?
Thank you. I do have one question. I noticed that their rates are fairly high compared to other ones that we see.
Yes, sir.
And you may have said this and I missed it, but do they have the capacity to be able to pay these loans back without increasing rates?
Correct.
Thank you. To confirm. Thank you.
Great question. All right. Without further discussion, Ms. Thompson, how about call a roll?
Mayor Bradshaw,
Aye.
Jamie Wayman,
Aye.
Secretary Hargit,
Aye.
Commissioner Bryson, Mayor Brown.
Right, the items are approved. Now let's talk about drinking water, SRF. Ms. Jones, how about a report on the balances, and then we'll have 2 items to take up.
Thank you, sir. So the last time we met, our unobligated balance for our drinking water state revolving fund loan program was $38,104,267. We've had healthy decreases for this program also, including interest on repayments, principal repayments, treasury interest, our capitalization grants for federal fiscal year 23, including our standard grant, state match, and our BIL, our Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act supplemental grants. We've also had a loan decrease from the city of Fayetteville for a small amount because that project came under budget. The total increases to the unobligated balance is $51,532,343, bringing the unobligated balance as of today prior to any loan approvals is $89,636,610. We have 2 entities who are proposing loans. Both of them will receive 50% principal forgiveness. The total amount for those, if approved, is $1,686,173. And if approved, that will bring us our remaining funds available for loan obligation to $87,950,437.
All right, any questions about the report? Hearing none, we've got 2 loans for approval, one from Irwin Utilities, one from Northwest Dyersburg Utility District. I'm going to ask you to describe both of them, and then we'll take them up in one motion unless there's an objection.
So Irwin Utilities is requesting $1,354,000. The term for that loan will be 20 years. They have a 20 ATPI, so they are on the disadvantage scale. Using our interest rate tiered structure that would give them an interest rate for a 20-year loan of 1.24%. This project is water line extensions and including an additional 15,000 linear feet of water lines throughout unserviced areas in the Irwin service area. They will, for this $1,354,000 loan, they will have a 50% principal forgiveness and a 50% loan principal, both $677,000. They are in Unicoi County. They were number 52 on their 2022 priority ranking list, and they had the public meeting for this project in December of 2023. Irwin has $2 million, just over $2 million in operating revenues that they earn in part from their current rate structure, which is $28.82 per 5,000 gallons for their 5,204 customer base. Their audit report was filed timely. They had two financial sufficiency reviews, one in November of 2023, and then again in April of 2024. We found that their revenues were sufficient to pay the rates. The reason why they had two is because it crossed a calendar year. The utility is required to secure a security deposit equal to 1 year's maximum annual debt service. And that anticipated security deposit is $38,238. They have provided us with their documentation of prior obligations, and they will report this debt and pledged that security deposit. The second request is from Northwest Dyersburg Utility District for a drinking water loan of $332,173. Again, this is a 20-year term. Their ATPI is 40, and with our interest rate tiered structure, that gives them a 1.87% rate for this loan. This is additional water treatment improvements, including rebuilding high service pumps, rehabilitating 2 pressure filters, and replacing some valves. The total project cost for this is $332,173, in which they're getting half principal forgiveness and half loan principal to be repaid. They are in Dyer County. Were number 32 on the 2022 priority ranking list and held the public meeting for this project in April of 2024. Northwest Dyersburg Utility has an operating revenue of $656,190. Their current rate is $35 per 5,000 gallons that they charge their 1,668 customers. Their audit report was filed timely. They had an initial financial sufficiency review in February of 2027, or February 27 of 2024, and no additional financial sufficiency review was required. They also are required to provide a security deposit equal to 1 year's maximum annual debt service. And for this loan, that is anticipated to be $9,960. Again, Northwest Dyersburg has provided us with their outstanding debt and pledged their state shared taxes. Pledged their security deposit. Excuse me.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Thank you, Ms. Jones. You've heard both items. I'm glad to take them up separately, but I offer a motion to take them up together. I will move approval of both items. Properly seconded by Mayor Brown. Discussion. Ms. Thompson, call roll, please.
Mayor Bradshaw,
Mayor Bradshaw.
Aye.
Amy Wayman. Secretary Hargit.
All
Commissioner Bryson. Mayor Brown.
aye.
right, the items are, thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Jones. Ms. Thompson, I think you're going to handle the next one for us. We've got some from the Parish Utility Authority.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, members of the board. We received a request, the TLDA received a request from Paris Utility Authority requesting approval to issue revenue debt in the amount of $2.6 million, but they're requesting to issue that subordinate to their current SRF loans that are outstanding. As you know, our office goes through an analysis and looks at various pieces of information. So I'll highlight those for you. It is a new money issue. The proceeds will be used for their water and wastewater system. They're going to be doing some improvements. They're going to be replacing some cast iron lines, some galvanized service lines. They're going to replace a failing sewer service line. So they're going to be doing some replacement of things. It's not just repair. I believe in the packets we send out to you, you'll see what the current outstanding loans are for the SRF loans that they have. They do have timely repayment of those loans. There is a security deposit on hand for all of those loans in the amount that it needs to be. They have filed their audited financial statements in a timely fashion. And we did determine that they have sufficient revenues to cover the debt service on those loans. We also had local government finance look at their debt service coverage and determined that those debt service coverage ratios were sufficient for the current debt and this new debt that they're going to be taking on. They are not currently under the jurisdiction of TBOR, Tennessee Board of Utility Regulations. And they have filed a budget with the Comptroller's office pursuant to Tennessee Code 43305. So based on this analysis, it appears that the authority does meet TLDA's criteria to issue this additional debt subordinate to its existing SRF loans.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Thompson. Commissioner Bryson?
I just have a clarifying question before we do a motion. You mentioned that it was $2.6 million. And
Correct.
And that's what it says in the letter, but on the back, the two projects add up to 2.5, and that's what it says in the second page. I just wanted to confirm that it's 2.6 and not 2.5.
So they indicated to us that they would need that additional amount of money to cover cost of issuance when they issue that debt. So that's the total 2.6 million. So the
It is.
2.5 covers the projects with 100,000 for their cost of issuance.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Have a motion to approve the request. Properly moved. Properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Thompson, call a roll, please.
Mayor Bradshaw,
Aye.
Amy Wayman, Secretary Hargit, Commissioner Bryson, and Mayor Brown.
All right, the item is approved. Our last item would be to entertain a motion to adjourn. Properly moved, properly seconded. The item is non-debatable. Ms. Thompson, call the roll, please.
Mayor Bradshaw,
Aye.
Amy Wayman, Secretary Hargit,
Aye.
Commissioner Bryson, Mayor Brown.
Stand adjourned. Thank you.